What's up everybody, 49's Fine back at you again today with another precious metals video, and I'm here to say some crazy stuff. I wanted to talk about why silver and gold is very cheap right now. Let's talk about it. A huge thank you to our community members. Thank you guys very much for being part of the finest. Let me preface this video by stating this is not financial advice. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions based upon that research, and please like this video and subscribe. We're pushing for 2,000 subs. All right, let's get into it. So over the past 14 months, gold has rocketed up to $2,900, and it's actually sustained that spot price for a couple of weeks now. And it really is starting to seem like $3,000 gold is a reality. If you go online or go into a coin shop, there's a very good chance you'll find 1 ounce of gold for a listed price over $3,000. And I don't really think that's going to change. We've got a lot of international tariffs floating around with our new administration. We've also got the potential of Fort Knox being audited and gold price being revalued. But that's just in the short term. That's the present news right now. News today is gone next week. We all know that. New news becomes old news very quickly here in modern times. So I wanted to kind of zoom out a little bit and look at the long-term future in regards to precious metals. And I'm here to tell you that I think precious metals are cheap right now. I think $32 silver is cheap. I think $2,900 gold is cheap because we are in the middle of a cycle. Money has experienced cycles over and over throughout history, many times over in many different cultures on completely different parts of the planet over and over throughout history. Humans think they're very smart, and they think that they know how to create a good form of currency, and they try to stash away God's money and forget about it as a form of money and create their own money called fiat currency. And the issue is fiat currency, sure, it generates a lot of interest at first. Credit can be established, loans can be taken out, and it's all beautiful, fine and dandy. It's excellent whenever it first comes out. But the issue is, as the gaps are filled, as fiat currency continues to get printed more and more, it ultimately loses its value over time. This has happened over and over all over the world in all different types of societies, cultures, governments, and the United States dollar is absolutely no different. I don't think it's a conspiracy theory that gold could be revalued. I think it's just history repeating itself. I would not be surprised if gold was, I'm not here to pump metals prices or anything like that. I don't do that on this channel, but I would not be surprised looking back at history if gold were to be revalued at a price that's 15, 20 times its current value. I would not be surprised. This has happened time and time again. Governments use gold. Governments have backed their currencies with gold, but eventually, over and over, they created fiat dollars out of greed because it can be printed rampantly in unlimited amounts to create the false presence of value. And that's exactly what we've seen here in the United States. I think a gold-backed currency is on its way, and I don't think it's going to be physical. I do think it's going to be digital, but nonetheless, a gold-backed currency is coming. And to cover the nation's GDP while taking into account how much gold the United States claims to have, the price of gold is going to have to be so much higher. I think we could potentially be on the cusp of a huge financial revolution. We all know that digital currency is on its way. That's inevitable. It's going to happen. Governments want to be able to track everything. They want ultimate control. They don't want the people to be able to hold money and move money around privately. That's the last thing that they want. They want to be able to track everything inside of a software that is owned and controlled by them. Without a doubt, we know that digital currency is coming, and I think that the dots are starting to line up that it's going to be backed by gold, because at the beginning of the Trump administration, day one, there was an announcement of the Stargate AI project where they're going to be creating these huge data centers to develop AI infrastructure that's going to take a role in our day-to-day lives. And I don't think money is any different. I think that's how they're going to generate a digital currency for the United States. And then what do you know, a month and a half later, we hear about the very, very high potential of gold being revalued to unprecedented numbers. I think these things just fall in line with each other. Obviously I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if the next currency that the United States comes up with will be fully backed by gold, partially backed by gold. I don't know. I have no idea, obviously, but I do feel that gold will play a role in the next currency because it's happened time and time again. Governments in the past, they created fiat currency. Everything was amazing for the first half of its life. But then as that fiat currency aged, it inflated and eventually hyperinflated. And what took its place before the next fiat currency was created? What filled the gap? What was the bridge in value between fiat currencies? And it was always silver and gold. And it's no different now. It is absolutely no different. I think it's going to happen again. And I don't think it's very far off because we have a national debt crisis. We're only getting closer and closer to bankruptcy as a government. And history repeats itself. We all know that. And it's just interesting that we hear about gold's potential revaluation and all these audits on our nation's depositories. And then at the same time, we hear about these advancements in AI being pushed by the United States government. So it's just, I kind of think the writing's on the wall. And because of that, I'm here to say, in my opinion, $3,000 gold is so cheap, guys. I know it's expensive for us to buy. I can't pick up an ounce. I won't be able to pick up an ounce for a very long time at current prices. But in the grand scheme of things, I think if you're buying a 1/10th ounce or even a 1/20th ounce, you're doing yourself a very good service. These prices, we will miss these prices. Absolutely. We're going to miss these prices. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I know that this is like the most bullish video I've ever made, and I don't like to do that. I don't like to pump. I'm not a pumper. I'm not trying to get people to FOMO into metals. I'm just looking at history. I'm looking at what has happened over and over and over, and it just seems like it's happening again. So that's all I had to say about that. I know you guys understand where I'm coming from with this, but let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Stay safe out there. Peace.